do I make like 600 horsepower on a WRX reliably? And they said dump 100K into the car.
All right, welcome. Where are we at, Nicho?
We're at 365, probably one of the best performance shops you could probably ever go to. And
The homies.
doing business,
Yep.
obviously, and
Jake is, you know, here's his truck, so he's obviously here, but he's not here, right?
just enjoying our relaxing,
You know,
our break.
the great hospitality too with the guys at 365, so appreciate that. But this should be a fun video. Let's head in and check them out.
All right, Addison, what's going on with this? Well, you don't have to tell me what's going on with this WRX, but what are you doing to this WRX?
Well, you see, we brought this guy in for a big brake kit conversion, you know, tires, flex fuel, you know, all the fun arms and stuff. Earthquake! Been non-stop, just running into, you know, problem after problem after problem. But I gotta say, I think it's the customer just refused to buy parts from me and bought it from everyone else without asking. So we're doing this STI big brake kit conversion on this car, and well, we bought gyro disc rotors, and of course has the actual STI calipers. But problem number one, the pad is now contacting the rotor. Number two, customer decided to buy, you know, staggered sizing for a Subaru. He bought a 9.5 front, 10.5 rear.
And looking at the front, that doesn't. I get it's carbon fiber, but that's.
He chose to do a wide body on the rear, but not on the front, and then thought it was okay to do a staggered. And well, Subarus don't like that, so we had to get the replacement pair of fronts to, you know, get the car on the floor at least.
So, are you going to recommend him to also get the other, you know, the other half of the wide body?
I honestly would recommend it, because running 10.5 plus 22 on the front at stock body, technically, he's gonna need camber, a lot of camber.
And this is coming from someone that's, you know, you pretty much finished your Subaru.
Yep, I did my Subaru build, and these are a lot of things that I didn't come into contact with because proper research.
Buy once, cry once.
Yeah, you know what? Measure once, and then yeah, don't have to cry multiple times.
Damn. It is a good build.
I mean, you said you had a Subaru. We almost gotta check that out, right?
Yeah, it's actually out front right now.
Yeah, let's go check it out.
Of course, it's on air. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Built. Today we are here with.
Hey, this is Addison. This is my WRX.
People talk about me because I wasn't showing enough of the car, so
Oh, okay. Yeah.
now I'm showing more of the car for you guys.
Here's
Because
the car, guys. Okay, we'll stand out of the way. Why the WRX?
Honestly, I picked the WRX because, well, ever since I was little, I remember always picking it in, you know, games like Need for Speed and stuff like that. Of course, also, you know, past relatives that had EVOs and were always talking about all-wheel drive, but then I decided to pick a WRX because it was cheaper than an EVO. I mean, in the long run, I probably could have just got the EVO.
Yeah, I don't know if you can talk about cheapness at the level of everything here. Pretty much everything seems like it's been touched multiple times.
Yeah, pretty much touched almost everything on this car minus the big turbo and headers. Only thing other left that was on the list was probably a wide body, but who knows, I might sell the car. So I'm actually the sales manager over here at 365 Performance Plus. We do a lot of, say, builds and such for different cars. We do alignments, general maintenance, we do wheels, tires, all sorts of different things, to be completely honest. Honestly, all we really don't touch here is just tuning and motor work, but we do touch pretty much almost everything else, including clutch jobs, you know, oil changes, stuff like that.
Would you say you're a specialty specialty Subaru place? I mean, I know you guys touch everything. You've done my GS, you've done my Mustang, you've pretty much touched all the cars I've had. But there's a WRX inside. Every time I'm here, there's at least one WRX. Is there?
he's touched my car too.
He's touched Nicho's
He's
car.
touched your car.
He's touched my car.
He's touched Jake's car.
Jake's car.
You've
We've
touched.
touched a lot of cars.
Yeah.
We're professional car touchers. So in the past, we did used to be a Subaru specific shop or specialty shop, but you know, over time we've kind of noticed that, hey, you know what, a lot of cars actually are very similar to work on. So we work on, say, all sorts of different brands, say Subaru, Tesla, Lexus, Toyota. We even do BMW. Honestly, most manufacturers out there we touch.
Stop it. Get some help.
We also do a lot of off-road builds and such. Yeah.
Well, you guys have done the lowering springs on my Mustang. You've done the exhaust on my Golf. You've done pretty much everything on the GS related
You've touched
to that.
Stop! He's already dead.
my front control arms, and I've actually bought a set of wheels off of Addison.
Hey, you know what? It's okay. Wheels were cool. You needed those on those on
Yeah.
that stock car.
So, let's start out with the exterior.
So overall, I mean, I stayed stock body. I know a lot of guys ended up going wide body over time, but with my stock body, I just went with, say, the INGS +1 front bumper. Of course, spec'd out with all different little carbon bits and different brands. Baja design lights that were retrofitted from a Tacoma. We have our actually brand carbon that we offer for the WRX, say Origin Strife. Spider headlights, of course, save-on hood, and then just a lot of other pieces. APR side
APR
mirrors.
side mirrors.
Yep. Veris carbon wing, actually, that's the Veris wing off an EVO. It's not from the WRX, that's why it's more narrow in comparison. Wheels, I got CE28N-Pluses. That's the brand new wheels. I was the first one in North America to have these. I went to SEMA on these actually last year. And then side skirts and rear spats, of course, are our brand as well, Origin Strife. I have a sticker on the window.
What I really like about, I mean, it's not necessarily a full livery. It does remind me, and I said this to Nicho earlier, if you guys have ever seen the movie Born to Race, there's a red Subaru at the beginning. That's like his race car. It looks like this, but red. It's got that like mid-2000s kind of style with the sponsor stickers and then just the simple striped livery. I don't know, maybe I'm just talking out of my
What
head.
color is this? Because clearly, as the one
this guy's
colorblind person
colorblind.
here, I can't pay attention to the design. I need to figure out what kind of color this is.
It's technically bright green,
Got it.
but there's hints of blue, and yeah, every photographer that's ever shot my car, different color.
Depends where on the warmth gradient they throw it, you know.
And so, why did you choose this design for the car?
So I was kind of going off an older Run-Deuce style, you know, early 2000s era. So yes, exactly like Ian said, very similar to that. But of course, it was more so pushed just at previous companies that I worked at that, hey, they wanted me to kind of do a simple but clean livery, nothing too flashy, just more so to show off the wheels was the big thing.
You know, sometimes with the liveries, it's like that's the first and only thing you see. You know,
I mean,
it's hard to pay attention to anything else that's going on. And I mean, with this car, you kind of want to look at all the other extra details on it.
And I know you're saying that the wing is narrow. It doesn't look that narrow.
It's actually perfect for stock body.
Yeah.
It'd look a little small if the car was wide body.
And then I see the little accents of the titanium
Dress up
hardware.
wheels.
Yeah. And that's the one thing that kind of differentiates owners between just building a car and actually building a car. To where, yes, you can have just regular bolts, but you went above and beyond.
I just tried to put everything together and make it look clean. That was the biggest thing.
It's
I mean, it's a
extra
SEMA
little
car,
details and
so-
everything. I do notice a separate mod here too on the trunk there. Some cat.
Cat footprints.
You guys hit me up and I was like, oh, they're coming, shoot. This was just a generic rear diffuser that I found actually in the back. It kind of just worked out that we had it on hand for me to put on. I guess the only other notable things would probably be the Buddy Club taillights and then the Rotora big brake kit.
I really like the blue. I'm pretty sure that's blue. I'm just gonna, say a big guess and say that's blue.
That is
Really, it really does pop out, especially with the fact that you have it kind of matched to the roll bar. Is that matched? Ian, please tell me that's matched.
Yes, this does follow the 3-color rule. If you notice, you got the subtleties of black, and in fact, the wheels not being what's the finish on the wheels?
This is the shining bronze metal.
Shining bronze metal. It actually is not too far off from the carbon fiber like glare that carbon fiber has. I don't know. I'm talking about ass.
Oh, like in the weave, yeah.
Exactly. Because carbon fiber isn't true black. Like it's not gonna ever show up like true black unless you play with the contrast and whatnot. So this again, everything you got the green of the wrap, the blue accents, and then of course black accents as well. So I think everything fits really nicely.
Thanks.
Here. Obviously, these are not the stock STI or WRX brakes. What are these?
These are the aftermarket forged big brake kit from Rotora. I mean, they came out with it a long time ago, but I hit them up and was like, hey, I want to work with you guys. So they helped me actually fit some brakes on here for it.
And so going back to the wheels again, so what are the wheel specs on these?
These are the CE28N-Pluses. I'm running an 18.9.5 plus 22. It is definitely not your stock WRX fitment because you do need control arms, toe arms in the rear to actually be able to get it to fit, just because I'm running -5 camber in the rear.
I can see that.
But it's not a huge. I mean, it doesn't scream that you're running -5 degrees of camber to me. Like,
What is
this
the
looks like
too
a
bad at
Yeah,
all.
I mean,
It looks like a doable setup, right?
Yeah.
But you got a lot done to it, right?
It's
Especially
definitely
suspension-wise.
doable,
Yeah.
100%. I mean, you just have to attack it the proper way to be able to get it to fit correctly.
And you said this is a brand new wheel lineup from as of last year.
Correct. Yeah. I was one of two that actually started here that got it first in the U.S. It was me and a Type R that actually got it.
so I see you got some Falcons on here. What are the tire specs on that?
Tire specs 235, 40, 18. of course, because 18-inch wheel. But it is a little more stretched than I would prefer it. My other set of wheels I have on for the car are a 265/35.
Did you just have Advans on here?
Yep, GT Beyond's probably my favorite wheel.
Yeah. Can never go wrong with the 5 spokes.
No, never.
Can't go wrong with Advan either,
No.
Nicho.
Yeah, I know. I do have Advans now. So what suspension you got?
I am actually on Airlift 3P, so air suspension. I was originally, coilover elitist. I think Ian actually had a video on that before.
Yeah.
But after, messing with the sizing and, of course, height and such, it's super comfortable to be on bags. I know a lot of people are like, oh, coilover is more comfortable. I gotta say, I think the bags have been the most comfortable suspension I've been on.
That's such a fallacy that coilover guys will do. It's purely just, they want to make their life hard. And if you're going with like a stance build, like a proper stance build, you got like an expensive front lip, expensive front bumper, you really don't want to mess that up. So air suspension just makes sense. It's like if you talk to...
Yeah, it's super comfortable, super easy. I mean, if I see, I gotta go over a speed bump or I gotta go up a driveway, it's like, oh, just air up.
How many miles do you have on them?
For the bags, I actually have, I think, around 15,000 miles on them. No problems so far.
You haven't had
completely reliable?
Completely reliable. I've had no leaks. I've had no problems. As long as it's, installed correctly,
I would say installation is key on that, and then also running the right wheel and tire specs too, because you get a lot of people that rub through them and then they blame the bags, like your wheel isn't in constant contact with them.
100%. That's a huge problem with a lot of the 8.6 guys. Overall, it's just if you're not running the right wheel size, you're always going to rub through that bag, even if you hammer out the frame.
And speaking of rubbing, Ian.
Well, if you want the proper wheel and tire fitment, of course, you can give us an email or call threepiece.us. Our fitment experts have been in the game for quite a while, so they know how to get you right wheel and tire specs. Get it right the first time, so you're not, constantly going back and forth ordering right tire spec, right wheel spec, and then you end up like the WRX inside where you don't know what you ordered.
And free mount balance and shipping, he knows it.
Shipping, there we go. Also, if you already have your wheels and tires mounted on the car, of course you can always buy more, but we also have a vehicle gallery, which you can check out, add your car, and if you want inspiration for something else to do your build, maybe something like this or something else, of course, check out the vehicle gallery. You can help inspire yourself or inspire others. You guys do air suspension
We do offer air suspension installations here at the shop. That is something that we do offer.
So if you are looking for a right setup and with a perfect installation, head to 365 Performance.
And you guys can pretty much do everything on this car that you've done, right?
100%. Actually, this car is pretty much all done here. This is a prime example of what we can do. If you want an example of actually one of the air suspension setups that we did do.
That's incredibly important to find a shop that
can do everything.
That can do everything, but also is passionate about what they want. And so this is his personal car. And so if he's trusting himself and the other guys here to work on his own car, then it's good enough for your car too. Come on.
Wow.
I wanted something simple and clean, nothing too crazy. Obviously, there's a lot of guys out there who have way crazier setups, but I just wanted something simple and clean. Carbon fiber flooring, custom, fitted for the WRX. Then, of course, just a dual tank setup with airlift 3P management.
It's clean. Yeah. Why the fuck did you do a koi pond, huh?
Yeah, where's the
koi pond?
You know what? I could always, dig out a koi pond.
Carbon fiber tub.
Yep, carbon fiber tub.
It's like all the fishes died before I got to SEMA, so I couldn't do it.
All the fishes died at SEMA.
Yeah, right.
You know what I want to see now? I need you to open the hood.
Yes.
Sure. Whatever you want, Nicho. Whatever you want.
Yeah.
Everything's for Nicho, right?
Everything's for Nicho.
Okay, come on, stop teasing us. Show the whole
Here we go. This is what I call a lightly modified WRX. It's basically stock. If I ever get pulled over, it's stock. I don't have the key for the hood, so
Is there really a key for this hood?
Yeah, I have
oh yeah, I
keys.
forgot.
Unfortunately, with the fitment for the hood, we did have to delete the hood latch, so I am just locked with the aero catches.
I mean, now you know it'll never fly off.
This is true. No complaints.
So run us down what you have in your engine bay.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Point at every single little thing here.
Oh yeah. So let me just point at that. So I actually have the titanium suite from Chasing Jays. That's actually who did a lot of the titanium stuff. Shout out to those guys. Great crew over there. Of course, mixed with a little Cobb stuff, Grimspeed stuff, IHG stuff. I have an anti-gravity battery. I do work closely with those guys as well. Just Cusco front tower bar, of course. Just Cobb carbon fiber.
There's a
charge speed carbon fiber.
Even here, I've never seen
I've
that.
actually never seen that as well.
I mean, even if you know how we were talking about little details and stuff, I did the little extra details for say titanium battery holder, titanium engine oil cover, the radiator cover or holder, and then of course the actual cap.
Oh wow, I didn't even notice that.
Every little detail. And you said this is lightly modified though, because you don't have a bigger turbo, you don't have headers.
Yeah,
But
I pretty much
you-
touched almost all bolt-ons minus those two. I was going to do big turbo a few months ago. I actually bought a bigger turbo, but then it turned out to be too big of a turbo because I didn't do enough research. So that ended up not happening.
And you do have a tune on this, right?
Correct. I am tuned on this car for E85, E60 specifically. Car feels good. I didn't race a turboed 8.6 recently and didn't wipe the floor with him, but you know, it was cool. Conservatively, I think it came out to be around 370 wheel. I don't know.
You don't want to push it, obviously.
I
You don't
was
want to
going
push
for
it.
conservative.
WRXs, I mean,
Yeah.
everybody knows what they're notorious for, and everybody knows the meme of you have to spend 20 grand to get like 200 horsepower.
I,
you know?
I can confirm the meme. It is true. You could drop 10K into WRX and make no power whatsoever.
See, this
Throw in the
would have
comments.
been a good daily for me. The only thing is I'm too fat. I probably can't fit in the interior. Now that we're talking about interior,
You don't have to worry about that. I actually have the large bucket seats, so they
Ah.
are big boy friendly. Fluffy. They're
you gotta admit, that was a
fluffy
pretty good
That
fucking
was a good
segue, huh?
good segue. I'll have to steal the camera from Nicho so he can sit in the seat.
Hell no.
Come here,
No.
Nicho. Come here.
All right,
Accidentally turn off. Oh,
Go.
all right, cool.
watch me not fit. Wait,
Nico's like, oh,
wait a minute. Ugh.
oh.
You know, it's not comfortable, but the fact that I can't sit in here is not that bad.
Fluffy approved.
What are we thinking?
My ass cheeks hurt. That's all I can say.
You know what? It's okay because Sparco does make an extra large version that would actually accommodate you.
Which you can probably get at
I
365.
can actually order in that buck seat.
No.
There
Alright,
you
let me
go.
get the fuck out of here.
Nico's like, give me the camera back. Give me the camera.
All right.
God damn.
All right.
All right, clip that chat. Clip that.
So overall in this car, I mean, I didn't do anything too crazy. I think it's pretty standard if you're going to be doing, you know, a build. Did Sparco bucket seats. I do have, you know, the works belt set up with a Yokohama steering wheel, Varus carbon shift knob, and then of course I just touched everything up with all these, you know, extra bits and such for the shift from.
I do
Focus.
love this touch right here. That's
Yep,
so
door
cool.
cards, e-brake boot, and then shift boot. All of it is just in focus.
It's very simplistic still. I mean, I say that with a giant cage and fire extinguisher setup, but even the cage isn't an entirely hard to install. Or
Honestly,
anything.
it's not too bad. This is actually our cage that we make here because we do have a fabricator in house. So this is one of
Oh,
our
yeah.
prototype custom cages for the
You wanna
V8
open
chassis.
up
Of course, everything is, you know, actually installed correctly. You know, bolts are all in the correct orientation. Overall, the actual, say, you know, little nice touches, say, making it look clean.
Oh yeah, wow. I like
And
that.
of course,
rather
these
than-
cages are all, you know, certified for actual, you know, drift spec or track spec. I mean, obviously, you're not going to be drifting in WRX, but yeah, I mean, it
Hey, tell that
passes
to
inspection.
Team Orange, right?
It passes inspection. Oh yeah, exactly. Team Orange, yeah. Here we have Nicho up front struggling to put the
Yeah, this is actually my
harnesses
first time
together.
putting the harnesses together. Dang, this is cool.
The Sparkle ones just look easier in my
Take a look
mind.
at the fire extinguisher back there.
But yeah, the fire
In
extinguisher.
case you do your own wiring.
That is probably my favorite mount for a fire extinguisher any company has made. Scosche did a fantastic job with that mount.
It's so
What's funny,
clean.
This is the exact type of clamps that you would use for camera equipment. Does anyone actually sit back here or not at all?
Oh no, 100%. I wouldn't let anyone sit back here. It's just a huge safety hazard.
Yeah, you slam on the brakes one
For
time too
anyone
hard.
that is like, hey, I want a cage, but I still have a kid and I need to put a baby seat, never do that.
No.
I don't know. I've had a lot of customers mention that, and
You've
I'm
had-
just like, no, we won't work on your car. I can't have you risking your child's safety like that.
Not at all. I mean, there's always concerns about when you do the full cage. They like you were required to wear a helmet basically with it because I mean
You almost
one
hit your head.
exactly.
It's not.
And so the fact that race car drivers won't even drive without a helmet sometimes with the bar that goes right here, you're gonna put your kids back there with bars that not only go like, you know, inches from their head right here.
I've even had customers tell me like, hey, you know what if I put like, you know, a pool noodle around the bar or like, you know, some sort of padding, and I'm just like, well, you get in an accident at 60 miles per hour, your kid's head is just going straight through it. It's
Yeah.
not optimal. Would never tell anyone to do that. I would actually advise against it 100%.
See, and that's what you need. You need a shop that has molds.
There's more carbon fiber on the handbrake there. Is that a drift button on a WRX handbrake?
Maybe. Shout out to those guys over in the UK. They actually just gave me a bunch of stuff to mess with, and that was one of the things they sent me. Limit brake auto.
That's cool.
All right, man, I spot something from NRG over here.
Oh,
It's their little handy dandy
Oh, the
steering wheel holder.
I actually reached out to a company on the East Coast, like, hey, how do I make like 600 horsepower on a WRX reliably? And they said dump 100K into the car. I could buy so much with 100K.
That's so disappointing. But at least you look good. This has to be in my top 5. I'm not trying to meat ride or anything, but
Good, ride it harder.
top. Clip that, chat. Clip that. Can I get a ride along?
Sure.
All right, let's jump in.
It's okay.
Second car was 6 points.
Passenger princess.
I'm not the greatest at 6 point.
He put it in the wrong hole.
I put it in the wrong hole.
Nice.
Of course, closed road in Mexico. Yeah, I love the turbo noises. I miss that about. Thank you guys so much for watching. It was really fun. I love coming to 365 any chance I get. Where can they find you, the shop? You want to plug anything?
Instagram for 365 at 365 Performance Plus. Pretty straightforward. You can visit us at www.365performanceplus.com as well. If you do want to order online or say out of state, or yeah, just come visit us at the actual physical location here in Pomona, California.
Hey, don't forget to plug yourself.
Don't forget to plug yourself.
Oh yeah, car at rg.addison.
There you go.
That's
Awesome.
how dedicated
That's
to work
how
he is.
dedicated he was to the
Completely,
shop.
yeah.
Completely forgot to plug
Nope,
himself.
no personals. Forgot
No
it. Whoops.
personals. But yeah, if you want to check out this car or any future, like we said, maybe Supra, maybe whatever else happens, or you can check the SEMA car out at RG's Addison.
Yeah.
Awesome, guys. Appreciate you so much for watching. I'm gonna plug all the normal YouTube stuff. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Check out our vehicle gallery. Add your car there. Get inspiration from there. Of course, threepiece.us for all your wheel and tire needs. Free shipping, mountain balance. Probably said that a million times during this episode. Anything else to add, Nico?
I love you.
I love you.
Chris Fix here.
Chris Fix here. 365 here. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Jake comes over just to help open the hood.
Yes, sir.
Well, since you weren't in the episode, you want to give us a 5-second rundown of what you think is done to this car?
It's an engine. Man, I don't. Okay, it's a V8 probably. Like, see, he's got some kind of header, some kind of charge pipe.
The new segment where we have Jake come in all the way at the end and guess the engine mods. And then at the end of this, make a guess on how much horsepower it makes.
Oh, 387. Wait, is it stock turbo?
Stock turbo.
WRX or STI?
It's a WRX, isn't it?
Stock turbo.
Stock turbo.
Stock turbo,
E60.
E60.
And you're wrong about the headers, no headers.
Up pipe. It's an up pipe, not a header. I'm smoking crack.
That is.
Damn, that's
243.
your first guess was actually closer.
Really?
About 370.
No, wheel.
Weird.
No,
Yeah.
370 at the wheels and stock turbo, my ass.
Oh.
We're gonna have to consult Addison.
All right, Addison.
I had a VA STI.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
When?
Giveaway car.
Oh, yeah.
Nico forgets that Jake.
Sorry, that's a very bad time in my.
Yeah, same here. That'd be a bad time.